Like and subscribe. I mean, this particular video, I don't care if you do or you don't, but this is just so ridiculous. Does French, do the French think that they are going to land troops in Nigeria, or the ones that are there? Do they think, do these racists think that these black men are going to fight to allow them to exploit their country? I mean, like Kevin Samuels would say, you can't make this up. This is ridiculous. Man, let me ask that question again. It's rhetorical, but I just like the sound of it. Do you think those black men in Africa are going to allow French troops to kill other black men fighting against being exploited? If I was a French soldier, I wouldn't get off the boat, and if I was already there, I would leave. Because I'm going to tell you this. The leader of Nigeria, he said, we're going to go in there and beat up Niger. Niger. And you know what the people of Nigeria said? No, we not. And you know what the Senate said? No, they're not. It didn't matter what the Senate said. It didn't matter what the Senate said or what the president said. They weren't going to do that. Are you nuts? White people have a history of racism and disrespecting black people. And you think they're going to fight for you to exploit their country? France, you lost. And you sitting up here talking this smack about Russia? Well, Russia said that they're going to help. And all those black people need, they don't need no Russian military. Just provide them with the equipment. And they're going to do, and them black men going to do their thing. You talking about the best athletes in the world. The best athletes in the world. This ain't Vietnam, baby. This ain't no Vietnam. This ain't no 4'10", 5 feet tall guys you fighting. This is LeBron James size guys you fighting with athletic ability. You talking about even Kyrie 6'2", smooth and fast. These boys is bad. You in Africa, man. You in Africa. Wake up. This ain't Vietnam. This Muhammad Ali. This Joe Frazier. This Ken Norton. This George Foreman. This is Wilder. Knock you out with one punch. Come on, man. Knock it out. Knock it off. Knock it off. You playing with yourself. You got to be kidding. Guess what? Don't go in there. In America, you know you can't go in there with no black troops. Hey, if a black man defected to North Korea, and you talking about him going in there and having to deal with a bunch, and then the guys he's fighting with are racist too? Knock it off, man. Knock it off. You fooling yourself. Nah. If I was dirty, I'd say go on in there. Go on in there. And take Chris Cantrell with you. You know who Chris Cantrell is. I'll leave you a video of him. He's the crying Nazi. He's the put up or shut up crying Nazi who started crying before anything even happened. Let me tell you something, man. Montgomery, Alabama should have been a forewarning, if not to mess around over there. That 16-year-old black kid jumped in the water, swam all the way over, pulled himself up, and he was ready to get down. And he did get down. And guess what? The boy skinny as a rail. 16 years old, he ain't even a man. Now you going over there talking about fighting. Men? 20 and 30-year-old black men? Snap it, snap out of it. 77% of the NFL is black. Basketball, black. You stop black people, black men from getting into baseball, but then you replace them with black men from Cuba. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. It's over, man. This is a war the United States. You don't want this war. You do not want this war. And you've seen how upset them black folks were when they saw that black man getting beat up. Multiply that by 10 when you go to Africa. If you dumb enough to go over there, multiply that by 10. What are you thinking? If I cuss, I would say that you're going to get your AZZ kicked over there. And I'm going to tell you this. And a whole bunch of brothers will join the military just to go to Africa and defect. Just to go to Africa and defect. Hey, if a black man defected to North Korea because of racism, and that's what it was, that's the only reason why he would defect over there is because of racism. And he ought to try to ask North Korea, could he get asylum in Russia? That's what I would do. But this only thing that you're going to do is lay down this false narrative. In war, they always lay down these false narratives that's called propaganda. Ain't nobody going for this propaganda now, buddy. Nobody going for this silly propaganda. You better snap out of it. Ain't nobody going for the propaganda. We know that, and you know that when you saw what happened in Montgomery, Alabama. And the old man, he really couldn't fight, so he just picked up a chair and went to work. Man, you better, my suggestion, pay reparations, because you fooling yourself. Them French soldiers, you better stay your butt on them ships or them airplanes. Because these brothers over here, they ain't playing. And I'm gonna tell you this. Ain't no Cantrells, no Christopher, ain't no Christopher Cantrells over there. They coming to kick ass. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. You go to Africa if you're willing to die. You go to Africa if you're willing to die. And I'm telling you, you got some bad boys over there. Like I said, this ain't Vietnam, baby. This ain't Vietnam. This is not Vietnam. 4'10", 5 feet tall. Couldn't whoop them. Now you gonna go to Africa? Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.